Welcome to day 185 of the 22 for 22 challenge. Since I started shooting these videos, 4,625 of my veteran brothers and sisters have already committed suicide, or as I like to say, been systemically murdered. You see, we're being driven by the system that is designed to take care of us, basically to suicide. The system that is designed to take care of us does not care for us. We're numbers on a chart form, and the numbers are always bad. So currently at a rate of 20 to 30, depending on what you consider suicide and what you consider reported suicide. We're losing veterans at that rate per day. Recently, there's a lot of things that we do to cope with PTSD. I fully understand that I'm a walking weapon, and that it is better for me in a non-war situation to be dulled up so that I'm not as sharp and dangerous as normal. Unfortunately, I'm getting sharp again because there's something that I do that I can't do right now, and because of that I'm obviously aggravated and just a generally sharper person than I should be. So one thing that started happening was the nightmares came back. And I'd like to describe one for you so that you kind of understand what we go through on a nightly basis, and why we're so cranky, and why we don't sleep, and why we're just mean. It's because when we go to sleep, we have to deal with these things. The nightmare that I had the other night was I was being chased by a group of very ruthless people. Very ruthless people. More ruthless than me. I was performing counter operations to where I could pick off members of their group without exposing myself and without getting caught. Now comes the nasty part. As if being in fear of your life isn't hard enough, I was discovered by a child. The only course of action that I had available to me was to ruthlessly and brutally beat this child to death with my bare hands. These are the kind of things that we as veterans dream about every night. It's extremely graphic. It's extremely heartbreaking. It's extremely painful. There's not enough drugs in the world that can take that away. There's not enough meditation in the world to take that away. It makes us fearful to go to bed. I don't like closing my eyes, because what I see when I close my eyes would drive a weaker man insane. So there it is. You understand why we are knocking ourselves off at 20 to 30 a day. I sometimes wonder what it is that I'm going to be incredibly frightful for when I close my eyes. And needless to say, every night I'm surprised. I'm surprised by the brutality. I'm surprised by the sheer anguish and pain and suffering that these nightmares portray. Uh, there really isn't a cure to it. It's just something that we have to deal with. It's why we sometimes sleep fight. I know I've probably thrown more than a couple swings while I've been asleep. It's also why we sometimes wake up screaming. Well, normally we wake up our spouses with our screaming, and then our spouses wake us up. These are the things that an everyday veteran goes through. So when you think to yourself, well, you know, veterans don't have it that hard, you're wrong. Think of all the benefits they get. They get to go to the VA for free. Yeah, yippee. They get disability. The government pays them money just to be, well, would you be willing to trade with me? If you are not, and if you are disappointed in the fact that the VA gives little to no care about what we go through, you have one course of action. Write your representatives. Do it on a daily basis. Doesn't really take that much time. Heck, it takes less time than it took you to watch this video. And for the benefit of everybody else, so that they can understand what a veteran goes through, hit that share button right there. It'll take you 2 seconds. And now I'm going to do 25 more push-ups for 25 more dead veterans, 25 broken families, and I've done 25 yesterday, and the day before, and the day before that, and I will do more tomorrow, and the day following that, and the day following that, probably until I die, because these issues are not going away. We need all of your help. And I can't get that unless you can get the word out. So please help me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'd like to remind you that I do not want any sympathy, nor do I deserve it. I have made my bed and I sleep in it, what little sleep it is. However, I want you to keep in mind that I did it so that your children didn't have to. I did it so that your brothers and sisters didn't have to. I did it for America. So please, America, give me a little bit of help.